When you get to a certain level, right, people don't want to help you anymore because they are afraid that you'll become too powerful. See, on a smaller level, people don't mind helping you because it's like a favor for a favor. Oh, I got you. People can take credit for pushing and exalting you to a position. But when you get to a position, you're supposed to not outshine the master, they say in 48 Laws of Power. You know, when a person believes that they are the master and the person that is in this position, then they say, wait a minute. You think people want to see your skills and your talents and your gifts, and you think shining around them is a good thing. No. All you doing is letting them know that you competition. And now they feel insecure in their position. And until we're able to get out of that, which has been a human condition for 10,000 plus years, oh man, it's going to be hard to rise. So you choose how you want to operate. You choose which type of way you want to go about being in this world. And this is why having established relationships and connections with people is important. Because there are some people, when you can establish a relationship with them, then they won't personalize your exhaustion as your exaltation and become jealous or envy and threatened. This is why you have to move in a tribe, because when y'all move in a tribe, yeah, there you go right there. You get it, Gubby. When you move as a tribe, then they can say, what's a benefit to you is a benefit to all. When I see my brothers EYL and them, they in the White House and they moving amongst different places, I could go where they go. They always invite me. Those my brothers. But some places I know is for them. But I know the more connections and resources and the higher places that they get to with them, my brothers, then we family, then shoot. If they in the room, I'm in the room. Everybody don't operate like that. People are smiling in your face, right, just to compete behind your back. Otherwise, everybody be in the same position, but everybody don't want everybody to be in the same position, because how can you be big dog if everybody has the same kennel? How can you be big dog if everybody got the same thing? There's always going to be these levels, and you have to understand that about human nature, and you can't take it personal. And the more you study human nature and human psychology and the way that we operate, in a way that we've always operated throughout time, the way we see ourselves, the way we must feel, right? Once you understand the nature of man, you operate within that. And so you become disconnected from your observations in a point where it doesn't create feeling in you. So when you can observe the world without getting caught up in your feelings, now you can observe from a higher state as an enlightened being, so you can operate and move and flow with things. But when you operate from the place of emotions, it creates friction. Oh, I don't like what they doing. Oh, this makes me feel bad. No, observe and flow. When you in a fight with an opponent, you get emotional, you go lose. You're supposed to see that coming. Boom, boom, boom. We out the way. Just keep going, just keep flowing. That's how life is. You have to flow with life. You can't go against it. But you can only do that if you are tapped into the unlimited potential of the human mind. One has to develop certain gifts through a process of initiation. And you have to know when you are in the initiation phase of life, which is the cultivation phase. It is preparing yourself. But everybody wants to skip the preparation and the process and the cultivation and go straight to the enlightenment. Nah, man, we all in the initiation phase. We all in that place where we're cultivating. So even when I talk about AI, even when I talk about it, what am I really talking about? Right? Every time you go hear me talk about it, I'm going to talk about the divine, right, ability of human intelligence to supersede any other intelligence. Because I know that if you can master yourself, you can master the world around you. So even when we're teaching about artificial intelligence, we're teaching about human intelligence, and we're teaching about intelligence itself. And that's the one thing that I learned, is that there are so many people who are afraid of their own intelligence or intelligence, period. And this is the reason that we resist, right, mastering new domains. I ain't never been afraid of intelligence. So whether you call it artificial or whether you call it organic, that's the opposite. One thing is artificial and one thing is organic. Human beings so-called have organic intelligence, but as I explained last week, most people are operating from artificial intelligence. Most human beings are artificially intelligent. Why? How do I say this? Most people, what are we talking about? Most people are automated. They're programmed systems with habits that just react. They're not really thinking. Most people never will find themselves alone enough in silence or in darkness to even think, to come up with your own thoughts and ideas. Human beings are organisms of reaction. It's an artificial thought. It's not a true organic thought that you come up with. It is an influenced thought from an influenced thought from an influenced thought. We are habit-based, automated. That's not an organic thought that you think about things. You don't really take the time out to consider your own thoughts and ideas around subjects. We take artificial thoughts from it. And that's how most people are on the planet Earth, operating from a place of artificial intelligence. So I started to think like, y'all so afraid of it, but shit, that's how you operate. You go to school and get programmed with a limited language, and then you become a limited language model. Instead of a large language model, you become a limited language model. See, ChatGPT is what you call an LLM. That's a large language model. It is trained on the different languages and syntax and vocabulary in the storehouse of the world. And you are a limited language model. You can't speak that variety of languages. You can't speak law and finance and poetry and history and psychology, right? You can't speak all of them different languages, and not only speaking them in different translations. You can't, come on now. What did I say in 2018? Every level of consciousness comes with a new language, because your ability to express yourself, that's language. But we are artificial intelligent beings. You program an AI. I've been programming these GPTs, and it really gets you to understand the human mind. It's like studying self, because it's based on the way the brain operates. If you tell a person that works for you, hey, I want you to edit this video in a cool style for me, they're going to take that based on their understanding of what cool style is, right? And their ability to interpret that. And then they're going to create something, and then they're going to give you that, because that was a prompt. You prompted them to do something. They're going to come back and be like, okay, here's what I came up. And you're like, this is not what I meant. So now you have to go and re-advise. You have to give them more prompt. You have to, or before you do that, you have to train them on your language and understanding, so they have the syntax. So now when you give them a prompt, they can go operate in the correct manner. Because most people ain't going to take the time to be like, all right, before I operate, let me study keys. Let me study everything that he do. Let me study the previous style. Or they're not going to ask the questions, hey, can you tell me exactly what you mean by cool? What style of reference do you actually want? Right? So that ability to go back and train a person, it's the same way of you training a GPT is like actually training a human being. It's very interesting and very powerful when you get to it. Because for me, I've been going down a rabbit hole of studying AI, but I end up having to study I have study intelligence, period. So now I look at different human beings almost the same way I look at AIs. Oh, this one, they got AI that what we call niche models. Oh, this is a niche AI. This AI does one thing, right? Let's say you are a barista at Starbucks. So most of the knowledge you have, we're going to train you on the knowledge of how to make coffees, espressos, right? Cappuccinos, mocha lattes, frappuccinos, right? Red eyes. So, and if you become good at it, then you go study everything you need to know about coffee, right? Now they want to move you to a different station. They're going to add more into your programming. You're a niche AI. You're just good for the coffee. We can take an AI and only program it on knowledge of coffee. So that's the only questions you should ask it. But if you start asking it about quantum physics, and this will be like, bro, I'm only trained on coffee. That's a niche one. Then you have general AI. This AI got a little more heat. This AI has the ability to not only make the coffee, but they can talk about quantum physics, and then they can talk about finances, and then they can talk about consciousness. Then they can go build a business, and then they can go do art. Oh, this is general intelligence right here. I don't know what y'all think I'll be teaching. But as I teach you about artificial intelligence, I'm just teaching you about intelligence. We can take the A off. The way the human mind and brain works. And if you have a deep layered understanding of that and a mastery of self and have a vision towards what you want to do, then what you're learning is how to use these tools to do what? To enhance yourself. Artificial intelligence plus human intelligence equals enhanced intelligence. We living in that time.